right, Shalom. Shalom, giving all praises, glory, and honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Dash. Double honors to the apostles, elder bishops, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 rest of the hopeful elect out there. This is your brother, the priest, Desire Warren from GMS Atlanta. Back with another edifying video. More prophecies coming to pass. And Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, the highest, the most high, is definitely beginning to visit the earth. Earthquakes are happening all over the world, all over the planet, various different countries and regions. And this is a sign that we are definitely close to the end of this society. You know, every day, when you get these alerts, when you check the news, when you talk with brothers and watch videos, you should be keyed into, locked into, the spirit of Yahweh Yahweh Shai and what's going on in the world around you. If we're supposed to be the men of the Lord, us brothers, if we're supposed to be prophets and teachers, then it's on us to stand upon our watch and speak the words of Yahweh Yahweh Shai, but also the key word is watch. Watch for what? Watch for things to come. So this is going to be an earthquake-heavy lesson. And it's important that we do, as we see these events happening, it's important, that we do speak on them, because these are one of the signs that Yahweh Shai himself said that we were to look out for. So I'm going to get a precept before I begin. And I'm not going to try to make this too long, because I'm a little pressed for time, but I'm going to flow with the spirit. I'm going to get straight to the point. This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and 1. It says, I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower. So this is what prophets are supposed to do. We're supposed to watch and be on our tower. We're on our spiritual tower by instead of having to be on an actual physical building, a rooftop or an actual tower, to watch for things to come and what's happening around the vicinity. You can just watch the news. You can watch the world news, watch the local news. That's how we stand upon our watch. That's how we're on the tower. It says, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And what is the vision? The vision are the prophecies. Verse 3, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak. So when we're seeing these different natural disasters, tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, these are the things that we're supposed to understand are part of prophecies that are to come. Scripture says that the Lord will come with a whirlwind. Those are tornadoes, hurricanes. Okay, earthquakes in diverse places. These are things that we look for as a part of the vision of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai that he has set forth. It says, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, and that time is now, the end of days. But at the end it shall speak. So the fact that we're seeing these things come to pass, this is showing that we're at the end and that the vision is speaking. It says, and not lie. So the Bible isn't some made up book. It's not the white man's book. It's not some Masonic book. It's the true and pure words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's why nobody else can understand it but the men of the Lord. But GMS, the prophets, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. And we're definitely seeing these things coming to pass, surely. One more quick precept. about the watchmen. The Lord said that he was going to set the watchmen upon the walls. Let's see here. Oh, I'm sorry. I spelled it wrong. Watchmen. Yep. Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace day nor night. That's why you seeing videos constantly going out of the individual men in the different camps of Great Millstone going out during the day and during the night. I put up a video last night. I put up a video this morning. I'm doing a video now. All right. It says the true watchmen will not hold their peace. So we're always going to be speaking on this truth. I have set watchmen upon thy walls. The watchmen are the prophets. It says, ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent. So, there's an importance for us to continue to always do these videos. Okay? Multiple times a day, multiple times a week. So we're in that time now. Okay? Here we go. In Isaiah 62:7. And give him no rest till he establish, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. So that's what we're doing. We're speaking until Jerusalem is made a praise in these last days and in the earth, ultimately in the kingdom. Okay? So now let's go back to dealing with these earthquakes, because there was a major earthquake. This is the most recent one. This is from 5 hours ago. Massive 6.1 magnitude earthquake strikes off coast of Japan. Okay, so watching the news, this is what we see. A massive 6.1 earthquake struck off the coast of Japan today. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and that's that was a major quake, a 6.0, and then there was no damage or no injuries. So there could be something bigger coming. That region over there in the Pacific is very prone to heavy earthquakes, major earthquakes. At 5:30 p.m. local time, residents of Kuchido, located in the Hokkaido region of Japan, felt the ground rattle beneath them. The quake's epicenter was 52 miles off the coast of Kuchido at a shallow 27 miles deep. And that's basically it. So there was an earthquake in Japan. Now, there was also earthquakes earlier this week, a few days ago. Well, actually, I think I did report on this. California rocked by earthquake, felt for 100 miles. I didn't know it was felt for 100 miles. Right, this off of California. California was hit by a 3.3 magnitude earthquake on Wednesday along a major fault line overdue for a major one. And that could happen. They've been saying for years that a major earthquake could hit California. Okay, I'm going to read this too. It says California experiences around 27 to 35 earthquakes per day. I didn't know that either. So it's definitely another region prone for earthquakes. But California also sits off the Pacific Ocean, just as Japan does. So, and that whole region in the Pacific between California off the coast of the U.S. and Asia, the east coast of Asia, that's also known as the Ring of Fire. Okay? It says California experiences around 27 to 35 earthquakes per day, but most are very small and go unnoticed. Okay. However, Wednesday's quake was felt by dozens of people who reported weak to light shaking. All right, so it said that it was felt 100 miles away. And there was an earthquake last week here in Georgia, Atlanta, and even brothers in the camp felt the quake. It was from out of Tennessee, and they felt it all the way here in Atlanta. So, and that's along another fault line as well. So, Yahweh Bashmiah Shah is definitely doing things in the earth when it comes to these fault lines and these tectonic plates. Okay. Let's see here. This is from the Hindustan Times. It says earthquake of magnitude 4.4 strikes Pakistan. It says, and this is from the 29th. Earlier, an earthquake of magnitude 4.2 on the Richter scale jolted Pakistan on Tuesday. And I may or may not have, spoke on this in the previous earthquake lesson I did. But, a lot of things are happening. A lot of earthquakes, a lot of prophecies. Things are happening in different regions, man. So you got to keep up. Okay? An earthquake of magnitude 4.4 on Richter scale struck Pakistan on Thursday. Okay, Thursday. Let me see, Tuesday. Okay, so 4.2 hit Tuesday, but then another one of 4.4 struck Pakistan on Thursday, as per National Center of Seismology. So there's another earthquake in diverse places. Okay. All right, so let's go to the next one here. Japan news. Let's see. Magnitude 4.5 earthquake hits the Gifu Prefecture area northeast of Nagoya. No tsunami warning, says JMA. This is from the 29th. So this was from Thursday. So there was another earthquake in Japan on Thursday. An earthquake with an estimated 4.5 hit Gifu Prefecture, northeast of Nagoya, at 3:29 p.m. on Thursday. It measured 4 on the seismic intensity scale of 7 in Takayama in Gifu Prefecture and 3 in Hida in the prefecture, according to the Japan Meteorological Agency. The agency said that no tsunami is expected. And so this is from Thursday. Let me get another precept here. But I want to go into the Apocrypha. In the Apocrypha, Second Ezra, chapter 9. And I always bring this out because I'm going to bring out another some more articles to add to it. Second Ezra 9, and I'll read the point. This is verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Now, what's an uproar of the people? That's civil unrest, protests, riots, sedition. When you see people go out in droves and masses and they're protesting their government and things that are happening, that's an uproar. The people are making a tumult, as the scriptures say. Well, that's also prophetic. And, I did a lesson before and I titled it, where there's earthquakes, there's uproars. And that's, pursuant to this scripture here. I'm going to bring out some articles on that because these things are happening constantly. These things are happening on a more frequent rate, just within the last few months. Verse 4, it says, Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So that's prophecy. When the Most High speaks of something before it happens, and he sends his. Well, first he's going to send out his servants, the prophets, to say it, right? And that's prophecy. Okay? For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. So we're seeing the signs of the end here. Now, I mentioned this. Now here's a recent article. This is also from May 29th. It says riots clash in Tel Aviv. Israel erupts against IDF, Netanyahu, free Gaza cry in Israeli city. And they're constantly protesting over there about this Gaza war that's going on. And it hasn't stopped. It's been going on since what, the war started? I know 2024, major protests broke out over there in Israel. So let's read this. So it says a massive protest took place in the heart of Israel. And this just proves that the true people of the Lord are not in that land. Because there would be no war. There would be nothing but peace when Jerusalem is filled back with the Israelites. That's pursuant to Isaiah, the 2nd chapter. So if you want to get any ammo on who those people are over there in the land today, and them fighting over it and questioning, what's going on, and just read Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, and you'll know that something's wrong. Or you can read Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, and then you can read, I believe it's Luke, the 21st chapter, when Yahweh said that Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles, the true Gentiles, not the Israelites. Well, there are some Israelites over there in that land because, our people are scattered everywhere, but they're not in power. They're not in sovereignty. The Gentiles are in control of the land of Israel in Jerusalem today. So it says, protesters, it says a massive protest took place in the heart of Israel on Monday, denouncing Tel Aviv's continued offensive in Gaza. Protesters held placards that read, "Stop the genocide" and "Free Gaza," as they clashed with police who tried to disperse them. The anti-war protests have been taking place even as the Israel occupation force intensified its operation in Gaza. So, hey, there's going to be a major war in that region. World War III is definitely at hand. On Monday, at least 52 people were killed in a fresh Israeli strike. Out of these, 36 people lost their lives in the attack on a school turned shelter. So this is what news is coming out of Israel. I'm just reporting the information. Because you know how YouTube and these small hats get when you speak against them. I'm not speaking against them. I'm speaking about the people that are protesting against them. This is just the news. But hey, the scripture says that there will be uproars of the people. Okay? I spoke on this already. Earthquake of magnitude 4.2. Okay, here we go. 4.2 hits Pakistan, the third in 4 days. So there's constant earthquakes over there in Pakistan. An earthquake of magnitude 4.2 struck Pakistan on Friday, marking the third in 4 days, according to the National Center for Seismology. So the Lord is doing something. Yahweh Bashmiel Shai is definitely showing that we're in the time of the end. And that's why we tell you that you Israelites, y'all got to get your doctrine right. You got IOIC teaching hell, ISUPK teaching, the MOTB is sleeping with white women. IOIC says the MOTB is sin with all its form, but then they say they're going to give everybody a digital ID ID, just breaking the prophecy up. Listen, the MOTB, is the microchip implant. And when they introduced that, all you Israelite groups outside of GMS that's teaching the wrong doctrine, y'all are going to lead your congregation into a ditch. GMS has the 100% truth, nobody else. And that's through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Somebody has to be right, and the majority have to be wrong. I mean, look at what's going on. This is from Southern California. Magnitude 3.8 magnitude earthquake, aftershocks expected. This is from 4 days ago. So you have one in Northern California. This one is in Southern California. The 3.8 magnitude earthquake that struck Southern California near Mettler this week is a textbook example of the region's ongoing seismic activity. Why is that? Because Scripture says that there will be earthquakes in diverse places. The United States Geological Survey said the earthquake struck west of Mettler at about 12:09 p.m. and magnitude 2 aftershocks could be felt over the next few days. And there was no significant injury or damage. That doesn't take away from the prophecies. It doesn't take away from the scriptures. It doesn't take away from the truth. These are the words of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai coming to pass. Okay? I'm going to read this 2 Esdras 9 again, verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest, even so the times also of the highest have plain beginnings and wonder and powerful works. And we're way past the beginning of this kingdom now. One of the wonders and works was Israel going into slavery. That was prophecy. The Israelites were going to wake up, Ezekiel 37. But now we're at the point where this kingdom is going to end. It says in endings and effects and signs. And one of the signs are earthquakes and protests. Verse 7, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works, this is speaking about the elect, okay, and the work are those that are teaching the 100% truth, and by faith, whereby you have believed. So where does it say anything about keeping the commandments? Which you do keep the commandments, but it doesn't say that you're saved by keeping the commandments. You got IURC and other groups teaching that too. I might do a lesson on that if the Spirit hits me. You're saved by keeping the commandments. No, you're saved if you're the elect. Keeping the commandments that's a part of our culture, but it's not going to be the sole reason for your deliverance. Okay? It says, it shall be preserved from the said perils, because y'all are going to have Jacob's trouble, evils in the earth, and shall see my salvation in my land. And that land in Israel, once World War III takes place and that land is destroyed by nuclear missiles, that land will be brought back and be rebuilt in the coming kingdom on earth. But America, once it's destroyed, will never be built or inhabited again. All right? It says, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. So you have to be sanctified from the beginning. You have to be the elect to be delivered. But with that, I'm going to close out. Hope this lesson was edifying. Shalom.